Let's start the party.
You're listening to Beyond Sight and Sound, live with Josh Kimmel and Leighton Harrington. If you want to be a part of our show tonight, call 419-549-5744.
All right. We're back after a short break, I guess you could say. Where has Beyond Sight and Sound gone? We've been kind of under the radar the last few weeks.
Yeah, you could say that there, Josh. Just a little bit of intermittent in between shows. We've been around.
That's
we just
right.
Haven't been here.
Yes, we've been very, very busy. For those listening or those that have followed the show, we appreciate everyone's support. Beyond Sight and Sound has had quite a long run here. And after 2 years of broadcasting, there's been some recurring issues and things, and we have just decided it best for the show and the big picture and everything else that it's been well overdue and time to move on.
Yes, the feelings are mutual here. I think it's just a good stepping stone, a good starting place. But time to move forward. Things are looking up for the future, and I'm really excited about moving up. And hopefully we can collect a much bigger listener database.
And I believe we will. Which brings us to the point of this broadcast. We were hoping to get the information out there, as I'm sure some of the listeners are wondering, where have we been? Because I think it's been about probably close to 3 weeks since we've done a broadcast here.
Right. And this is an unusual time slot for us. So, we thought what we would do, take this opportunity to let the folks that follow us in on a little bit of news, and like I said, we're moving forward.
Right. In the past weeks, in our absence here, we've been very, very busy. We've been working on growing the show, expanding the listener base, getting quite some good feedback. People are able to, here in the last couple of weeks, they're able to follow us on their smartphone, their computer, basically listen to the show from any device. We're showing up on iTunes now as well. And for our live broadcasts, we've even started working in the shorter weekend show that we do on Sundays at 8 p.m. now as well. And we still have our regular Wednesday format. But where have we been? Do you think we should let them know?
I think that you should have the honors of doing it. It's, yes, we have joined forces with Under the Radar Radio with Beyond Sight and Sound, but it's definitely still your show, and I'm the co-host, so I'll let you do the honors, buddy.
Oh. Well, then, I guess without further ado, for anybody who has followed the show, we would like to take the opportunity to thank each and every one of you for your continued support and all the times that you have tuned in and shown support over the last 2 years here. But we have found that we could possibly provide some better benefits and features to the listeners as well as the show itself by moving on. And now, for those who would like to continue to follow us, we have moved on over to Blog Talk Radio. So it's still the same channel, it's still the same show, the same content and format. Now, though, instead of having the address you see at the top of your screen, throw Blog Talk Radio in front of that, and it's still the same show title. I will also, it's probably not a bad idea for us to work something like that into the description of the broadcast, although I'm not sure the link will be too long to add, but they'll be able to find us no problem, searching iTunes, checking our pages on Facebook, because we've got my timeline, your timeline, before and after pictures, Under the Radar radio page, Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group. There's plenty of avenues for everyone to find us, and if you still can't find us after that, ask your friends.
Right. Well, I will say it's pretty easy. I mean, and you know, it's a lot more user friendly from what I've been seeing and what I've been hearing as far as feedback from some of the folks. So they like how the new page is set up. They like how the chat area is, and like I said, I think, you know, being user-friendly in today's society is definitely, you know, 90% of it. People don't want to have to continually try to search for us, and they know we're there. They just can't find us. So, you know, when you do get to the main page, everything's right there at your fingertips.
Right. It has taken us a little bit because we had to get used to the navigation ourselves.
Right.
But now that we've got a few broadcasts under our belt on the new venue, it is starting to rank in searches when you try to search Blog Talk for it, stuff like that.
Right. There's a lot of hashtags that we've got up there already. Just to name a few, you know, you could type in something as simple as metal detecting, you know, salt water, beach finds, gold, silver. So we're finding that people are using them already and are able to really link in real quick. So, you know, it doesn't hurt to ask. We're here still for use. You know, like Josh just got through saying, basically same format, same topics. We've been having some open lines recently. We've got a really big show lineup for all of March. Every single week is booked, and now we're starting to book into April. So the folks are really going to want to listen to that stuff.
And if you happen to have that list there next to you, Leighton, maybe you want to kind of read off those dates and names. Maybe someone who has followed us here will hear those and say, "Oh, I gotta go listen."
Yeah, actually, I do have them.
You know, the carrot in front of the horse's nose, so to speak.
Right. We've got Trevor Ferraresso from Coil Tech Coil on March 2nd, which is always a pleasure to talk to him. And for those people that don't realize it, he's over in Australia, and you know, he's quite a few hours difference from us. So we always thank him for being up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for us when we're doing our show here in the evening.
Right, yeah, because just the whole scheduling mechanics of that whole situation, it's difficult to get some of these guests at times.
Right, exactly. You know, you gotta realize that, you know, you're on one end of it, I'm on the other end, and then of course we throw in the mix the person or persons. And then sometimes, occasionally, we'll have that one person or two people that will call in. So you never know where you're going to be getting these calls from. I know we go as far away as, I believe there's a couple in Africa and also over in the Philippines. So,
right. Also Scotland, Germany, Australia, just to name a few more. Netherlands.
Right. So we are literally all over the world. And it's quite an honor to be able to sit in with you, buddy, and, share each other's thoughts, each other's digs when we get out there. And as that valued listener calls in and, they've got us both on the edges of our seats at most times, listening to their perfect finds too. So we always enjoy those callers for calling in.
Absolutely. And
that's what makes us keep coming back.
Yeah, it does. And that was March 2nd, so let's see, March 9th, really good show in store.
Right. We're going to be having Josh and Abby Silva from the Dig Wars TV show. Another great couple of folks that have been on our shows a couple of times. We've had personal digs with these people. Great television hosts, great TV personalities, radio personalities. They're just a barrel of laughs. As you know, Abby, when she finds something, she just lights up the sky. So, and Josh is the same way. So he's the walking book of knowledge for Civil War relics and items. So you're not going to want to miss that, folks.
Absolutely, a walking encyclopedia, and we've seen it firsthand.
Oh, absolutely. When we got to dig out there in Ohio, I mean, he was one of the guys that really put everything together for us. He was the guy that found that beautiful stirrup from Morgan's Raiders, and, we were able to put it on the books, so to speak.
Oh,
and,
absolutely.
Prove that they were there, yeah.
Definitely.
So, and then following week, March 16th, we have a gentleman by the name of Bill Pearson, who has been associated with the Etosha for years and years. Mel's sidekick, personal photographer. He sold quite a few coins over the years for the Fishers. He's got his own coin shop in the Keys, and
nice.
He's still doing that till today. So, what better person could we have on the show to let us know how every day in and out of the finds are after they've been, curated and then gone up for sale. So really looking forward to that show.
Absolutely, I agree. And then I believe the following week we're kind of staying with that whole theme of the Etosha, aren't we?
Yes, that's correct. We have, you could say we're kind of following the trail, no?
Well, yeah.
We're following the trail. We've got another gentleman on the 23rd of March, which is Randy Barnhouse. He goes by Ham on the Facebook pages, and he was a diver on the Etosha when they actually located the mother pile. So, he is going to talk basically not only of that particular day, for sure, and I'm sure that's going to be a quick hour-and-a-half show.
Oh, yeah, time's going to fly with that one.
It sure is. But, Randy and I have kind of talked this over a little bit. He likes to kind of throw it out there and really give the true aspect of living on the boat day after day, the hard times, the sad times, the fun times, the work days doggedly out there every single day bringing up all this silver and gold and relics from the Etosha. So we're really looking forward to talking with him.
Absolutely. When it comes to treasure hunting, especially on that scale, it's not always just glitz and glam. There's a lot of hard work.
There certainly is. And, for years and years, as we've spoke with others about the Etosha over the past couple of years, there was a lot of sad times, as you know.
Yes.
People have lost their lives doing this, so it's not all fun and games. But you know,
Absolutely.
the rewards
it did not come without a cost.
That's right. It didn't. You know, I don't know if many people know about it, but just real briefly, I don't want to get off topic too much, but, you know, I believe the Atocha had 265 souls on board. The ironic thing is 5 survived, and then 350 plus years later, those 5 people that survived, you know, went on and lived the rest of their life, but 350 years later, to find the Atocha, 5 people passed away. So it's coincidence. You know, the sea finally got them other 5 people. So
yeah, that's what I was just going to say. The penance was paid in a sense.
Yes, exactly. So, like I said, I don't want to, you know, spoil it for everyone, but you know, I'm sure we'll talk a little bit on that subject too. So, just a little bit of, I guess, trivia. I guess you could say. I don't know if too many people knew about that, but
right.
And then the following week, moving right along, in March, we have a gentleman by the name of Gary Adams.
Now that's going to be fun to talk to him. I mean, we just had Rob Hill recently, and Gary is actually Rob's hunting buddy, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's right. I guess they, you know, like everyone else, they all like to, you know, at first, when I first started hunting, I was always a solo hunter. And then, of course, I kind of went off by my own with, you know, with something. We started with my father and my mom, and then I brought my kids into it. Ended up by myself, and now I'm kind of go back the way the last 4 or 5 years, always having that hunting buddy with me. And I appreciate that because, you know, it opens up new aspects of the game, so to say, you know, and instead of being in that particular rut, you know, sometimes they bring something new to the table. Hey, let's go try over there. Well, yeah, I always go by that spot. I never thought of going there. So, you know, it's always good to have that other person with you. I feel like
sometimes they have that different perspective, or, you know, just in general, it kind of mixes things up for you. Maybe they find something a little different than you do, or they have a little different style of hunting, and keeps it fresh in a sense. Maybe even a little bit of friendly competition there, that little extra encouragement to continue to be persistent and try to keep finding those good finds.
Exactly. Well, and that pretty much wraps it up and sums it up for the March menu, I guess you could call it. But I promise you, folks, Josh and I are working on some really big names for April also, and we're just going to try to get bigger and better. And of course, we're going to throw in some of those weeks where, you know, we need to have the folks call in and just talk one-on-one with us too. So we haven't forgotten where we started from. We'll never forget that. So we want you to continue to call in, give us your questions. I know there's a lot of new people still getting into the hobby. We've got some big treasure shows coming up here in Massachusetts in September. And there's also another big cookout down in Florida in April 30th. There's a lot going on. You're going to want to stay tuned to hear all this stuff, and this is the place to come to get it firsthand.
That's right. So we figured, you know, it would be a nice gesture, a courtesy, so to speak, for those that have been following the show. If they've wondered where we went or can't find us, this is why. This is what's going on. We're just trying to expand and spread our reach a little further, so to speak. So it should be pretty easy to find. Many of them know how to find us on Facebook, and as long as they know that much, they can certainly figure out the rest of the trail.
Right, exactly. Well, you know what the back of that peace dollar looks like, right? It's got that big old eagle on the back of it, and when that eagle spreads its wings to swoop away, that's what we're up to, folks. We are
Yep.
moving above and beyond, and we are not staying under the radar, so to speak, anymore. Beyond Sight and Sound literally has taken a turn for the better, I believe, and we hope that all our local and far and beyond folks that listen in weekly will continue to join us live at 8 o'clock Wednesday evenings on Blog Talk Radio.
That's right. 8 o'clock Wednesday evenings, or even our shorter weekend show on Sundays at 8.
That's right. That's right. We started doing this Sunday thing for 15 or 20 minutes, but those people that, we're kind of long-winded, I guess you could say. Last night turned into a 45-minute show, so who knows where that's going to go, right?
Yeah,
Stay
exactly.
tuned.
I was just going to say, I think our short weekend dig show may wind up having to go to an hour-long show.
Well, that's fine.
But that's
as
okay.
as summer comes along, maybe we can dwindle it back a little bit again. But 8 o'clock on the East Coast here, and you're still on the same time zone. As well as I do, it gets dark around 9:30. So hopefully, I'll be back in time to do the show.
Yeah, in the
Instead
summer
of
times, a lot of us are out there in the field later trying to get those last couple of finds of the day.
Yeah, right. Because they won't be there tomorrow, right?
Right. Not if there's another good hunter around.
That's right. So you got to get the goodies while you can, while the goodies are good.
That's right.
But anyway, I'll let you wrap it up, buddy. I'm really stoked and excited about this whole situation, and like I said, I just want to take this time to thank all our listeners, and for the chance of my lifetime to kind of share what I've learned throughout my 44 plus years of doing this hobby, and stick with us. I won't steer you wrong.
Right. I think it is a change for the better, and so far it seems to be moving along quite well. So once again, we appreciate everyone who has followed us here on this current venue. And if they would like to continue to follow us and receive that same content and information that they've grown accustomed to, or entertainment, then they can definitely look around. They can find us on iTunes. They can find us on Blog Talk, and we certainly look forward to seeing them on the future broadcasts on the new venue. So I guess in that aspect, it's farewell in a sense, but not necessarily goodbye.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. Never say goodbye, I was always told. See
There
you later.
go.
So
Right.
keep it low, keep it slow. Till next time.
There you go. And hopefully we will see you all next time Beyond Sight and Sound airs over on Blog Talk Radio. Thanks for the support, folks. It's been a long run, but it's been fun, and we're nowhere near stopping yet.